Chapter 3: Cancer and the Immune System.
There is a very complex interplay between cancer and the immune system. This involves many cell types. We still have much to understand, but it is useful to know the basic mechanisms so that potential treatments can be understood. When you think of cancer, it is best to consider it like a well-organized terrorist group. In this analogy, your body is a country, like the US. You are the president. Cancer has invaded your country and infiltrated into your people. You cannot always tell who they are by looking at them. The terrorist, cancer, has many ways it can attack you. In addition, it is spreading its message, trying to convert some of your citizens, normal cells, to work for it. These are your normal native-born citizens, but the cancer can convince them that its ideas are correct, and you and your government are wrong. Obviously, there is a minority of these people that can be converted to the enemy. When converted, they can use the fact that they are insiders to their advantage. This story has many characters you might see in a war on terrorism. Here is the overview of characters. Your country, your body. President, you. You are the leader of your body and make the decisions of potential actions against the terrorists in hopes to keep your citizens safe and ensure the survival of your country. Minister of Defense, your healthcare team doctor. They advise you, but it is up to you as the president to make the final decisions. Terrorist group, cancer. It is well organized, and as it grows, it has more power and funding. Immune system, the military, police, homeland security. It is made of many groups of agents with different functions. Once the cancer terrorist group has invaded your country, when it is small or isolated, it is easier to control and prevent major damage. However, once it grows in power, it is much more difficult to control. The problem is that your own agents can be converted over to help the cancer. Not just your normal citizens, but your military as well. This is always something that I think is very surprising to patients. Your own cells and immune system can and will betray you. Two of the most notorious that you need to know about are called myeloid-derived suppressor cells, MDSCs, and tumor-associated macrophages, TAMs. There are two types of TAMs, M1 and M2. M1 TAMs attack cancer, while M2 protects and helps it. To effectively fight cancer, you need to decrease the MDCSs and M2 type TAMs. In addition, some of your normal citizen cells can act like sympathizers, assisting the cancer to grow. These are often some of your tissue support cells, called stroma. Stroma may help hide the cancer and provide it food and other substances that cancer needs to survive. As you learned in Chapter 2, included in your immune system are T effector cells and T regulatory cells, TREGs. Continuing our analogy, T effector cells act like attack drones. However, they need permission to unleash their attack. The T regulatory cells, TREGs, are the ones that give this permission. However, the TREGs do not have the killer instinct like your T effector attackers. In order to protect against casualties of normal citizens and autoimmune response, they keep a leash on your T attackers. The TREGs also are being tricked by the terrorist, cancer cells, so they are hesitant to unleash an attack on them. However, if you can decrease the number of TREG cells, the T attackers can be unleashed to go after the terrorists. However, it is not always so easy. You need to know where your terrorists are located. You need intelligence on them. You cannot attack something that you cannot identify. There are the old ways of poisoning them with chemo or nuking them with radiation, but that generally just causes them to change location and results in a lot of collateral damage. You need a more precise attack, like a strike drone that can take them out with little normal casualties. For this, you need to give your T attackers good intel. They need to know where the terrorists are and what they look like. Then you need to get your personnel in the right location. It does no good if your soldiers want to attack, but they are not in the right spot. Your immune system may want to attack cancer, but it needs to know where to go. Your immune system also includes immune cells known as antigen-presenting cells, one example of which is the dendritic cell. It acts like a spy, gathering intel and providing it to your immune system. But if the dendritic cells have bad information, they can lead your T attackers astray. Without the correct information, dendritic cells are more likely to slow your immune system down than to help it. For this reason, the use of dendritic therapy alone to treat cancer has been disappointing. These are the basics of mounting a good assault and eliminating the terrorists. The president needs to make a good decision based on intel from the advisor. Ultimately, it is the president that will be held accountable should the war be lost. The Minister of Defense needs to provide the president with the best information possible for the team of experts. Cells that are going to hinder the ability of your attackers need to be decreased. This means decreasing MDSCs, TREGs, and TAMs. However, in regards to TAMs, it is even better if you can convert them to your side, M1 type. Your attackers need to know where the cancer is located and want to attack it. Often, the cancer is so sneaky it has infiltrated and is living in your body undetected by the immune system's surveillance system. Even if you use some of your new immunotherapy weapons, those are not effective enough. First, you must alert your attackers where the cancer is located. Then, you signal for it to attack with FDA-approved immunotherapy drugs. Unfortunately, most of the time, your attackers do not have enough intel, so traditional immunotherapy, as good as it may be, fails far more than it succeeds. So, it is up to you to provide it with the tools of success. In addition, newer weapons and technology are going to provide your attackers with the means necessary to hunt down the enemy and destroy them. One such weapon is cryoablation. The use of this therapy is like destroying a small terrorist cell while also gathering the motherlode of intel. Then you can use that intel to flush out and destroy your enemy, cancer, throughout your country, body. Just as one-dimensional attack is very unlikely to rid your country of terrorists, so too is the one-dimensional approach of cut, poison, and burn that is traditional cancer therapy unlikely to achieve lasting remission. True success often requires the interplay of many anti-cancer agents working together to address the complex multiple factors that cause cancer. This one-dimensional attack remains the weakness in most traditional cancer treatment approaches, including traditional immunotherapy. It is up to you, as the president, to make sure that your country is provided with all the weapons necessary to win this war. In the rest of this book, you will learn more about each of these weapons and why together they offer the best solution for defeating cancer.